I found you. I saw raw, untamed power. And beyond that, something truly special.
A few thousand lucky Star Wars fans got to see the entire new film, The Last Jedi, at the world premiere last night in Los Angeles. Now, this is going to be the 8th film in the core Star Wars franchise, which includes the return of Luke Skywalker, as well as Carrie Fisher's final role playing Princess Leia. The Last Jedi opens nationwide on Friday. And joining me this morning, I've got a local Star Wars expert and fellow geek. I'll just say, yeah, we like geeking out. Beltway Banthas is the name of your podcast. This is Stephen Kent, everybody, and I want to thank you for joining us. And let's start out, before we get into the new movie, tell us about your podcast.
Yeah, so Beltway Banthas is a podcast based here in D.C. where we analyze the intersection of Star Wars and politics. Like everything out there, Star Wars does have a political undercurrent, and so we try to understand that by talking to lawmakers, folks in media and journalism, and fans around the country, trying to understand their fandom and what they think about the messages of these movies. Because like everything, it divides along political lines very predictably. Folks understand this movie differently on each side of the aisle.
I can see that. And I think it's so appropriate that you're doing that in D.C. because we have our own political things going on here. Yeah. But it's nice to do kind of a not real life, real world scenario analyzing the politics of the whole franchise. So you do your podcast, and we're going to talk about an event you have coming up later this week. But the premiere, they had the premiere in Los Angeles last night. The movie's coming out later this week. What are you looking forward to? Oh, man,
what am I not looking forward to? So I want to know what's going on with Luke Skywalker. We know that he is out stranded, not stranded, but exiled on an island, all alone, and we don't know why he went out there exactly. He seems to be struggling with something that happened after Return of the Jedi that we don't know about. So we're going to find out exactly what went down, and he just seems to be a broken man. If you are a big fan of Star Wars, you got a happy ending at the end of Return of the Jedi. This was a happy end to this trilogy, and something has gone horribly wrong. So I just want to understand what's going on with Luke and see if he's going to bounce back, because he doesn't seem to be in a good place.
Do you think that the film's going to get so many more people watching it this time, the premiere weekend, because it's Carrie Fisher's last role?
I think that's definitely going to juice the turnout a little bit. The excitement is there, but I think Star Wars is one of those things that it is always going to just break the box office, break the internet.
It's like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones.
It is a fail-proof thing for Hollywood and for Disney, so that's why there's going to be new ones every year.
Okay, so that comes out this weekend, but let's talk about your event happening this week at the Arlington Public Library. What are you doing there?
Yeah, so this Wednesday at 7 p.m. we'll be at the Arlington Central Library talking to Tamara Keith and Scott Detrow of NPR Politics, Ben Domenech of the Federalist, and Kristen Soltis Anderson of the Pollsters Podcast and ABC. And we'll be doing a live show of Beltway Banthas talking about the politics of Star Wars, the messages of these movies, and how so many fans understand the movies so differently. It'll be fun, family-friendly, it's free. We hope anyone in the area comes out.
Can people dress up?
You can dress up. We might
Will you dress up?
I'm tempted. I've got my costumes.
And you've got your tie on right now.
But I might end up just going with the Star Wars tie.
Okay.
Always a safe bet.
Well, that should be a fun event. And thank you so much, Stephen Kent, for joining us. Tell us, people who are also fellow Star Wars fanatics, how can they find you and reach out to you about your podcast?
Yeah, so you should get in touch with us on Twitter at Beltway Banthas. And you can find me at Stephen_Kent89. We love to chat.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Stephen.
Thanks, Melissa.